Okay, think about this for a second. You haven't gone to the bathroom properly in maybe a week, or
Oh.
let's say even 10 days. Some people actually tell us that's, normal for them. It's kind of shocking, right?
Yeah.
Where do you actually think all that waste, all that stuff from your digestion goes? It might make you a bit uncomfortable to think about, but the answer has some really profound implications for your health, your entire health.
Oh, they absolutely do. I mean, the immediate feeling physically, it's this brutal abdominal distension. You can feel, and it sounds strange, but almost instantaneously pregnant. Everything inside is just, well, fermenting, building up.
Yeah.
But look, it's not just discomfort. It's not just solid stuff sitting there. We're talking metabolic byproducts, inflammatory compounds. And once that gut barrier, that wall is compromised, these things actively trigger inflammation, dysfunction really throughout your whole system. Think of it like a house where nobody takes the trash out for a week. You know, the smell, it's pretty bad,
Yeah.
right? Well, that's kind of what's happening inside our bodies. But biologically, it's actually much worse, more insidious. Because these toxins, they don't just get there politely, they start to overflow. They actively damage everything else, joints, brain, you name it.
That is a really powerful image, and it highlights exactly why this deep dive today is so, so important. We're going to really unpack the, frankly, shocking truth about what chronic constipation really does, way beyond that immediate uncomfortable feeling. And then, crucially, we'll give you some specific actionable techniques, things you can actually do to overcome it, maybe even for good. You'll probably discover that what you might have dismissed as just a bit of digestive upset is, well, it's often your body's early warning sign for a much bigger systemic issue.
Okay, so let's dig in. That feeling of fullness, maybe bloating after eating. Many of us have felt that. But are you saying that's not just, oh, I ate too much? It could be a red flag for something deeper. It's precisely a red flag.
Yeah.
Every single thing we eat, every act of digestion, it has this profound impact. Our body has this incredibly sophisticated setup. Millions of years of evolution went into designing it to, pull out the best stuff from our food, maximize nutrients. But if we keep feeding it junk, heavily processed foods, sugary drinks, things that just aren't nourishing,
Okay.
that amazing system, it inevitably starts to, well, falter. It breaks down. And the first thing you often feel, it's that fullness, that bloating, but that can quickly move towards actual damage, real physical damage to the lining, the walls of your entire digestive tract.
Right. So it's not just feeling sluggish. It's about the actual physical barrier, the integrity of our internal plumbing starting to, well, break down.
Yeah.
That really shifts the perspective on something most people probably think is just a minor annoyance. Okay, now this is where, for me, it gets really fascinating. We hear a lot about the gut-brain connection. People call it the gut, the second brain. But you're suggesting it's maybe even more fundamental than that. Like maybe it's the first brain. Can you unpack that a bit?
Absolutely. It's a great point, the intestine.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's not just the second brain. In many ways, it could be considered our first brain. I mean, think about the enteric nervous system, the ENS. That's this huge network of nerves lining our entire digestive tube.
Yeah.
It's made of real neurons, same type, same quality as the ones in your spinal cord. And about the same number, too. But here's the really mind-blowing part. These gut neurons, they actually develop before the neurons in our brain during fetal development.
Wow. Before?
Before the brain's neurons, yeah. So if you really grasp that the gut and the brain are neurologically wired together like a deeply integrated team element, then it becomes obvious that what happens in one place dramatically affects the other. And right at the heart of this communication are two really key neurotransmitters, serotonin and substance P.
That's incredible. Neurons developing before the brains. It just flips the whole thing on its head. Okay, so serotonin, we usually link that with mood, right? Happiness. What's its role down the gut?
Exactly. Serotonin is, well, famously the neurotransmitter of happiness. Good levels generally mean feeling good. And, many common antidepressants, the SSRIs, they work by trying to keep more serotonin floating around in the brain. But, and this is the crucial link to gut health, something like 95%. 95% of all the serotonin in your entire body is actually located in your gut.
95%.
95. So if your gut, your intestine, is working well, making and using serotonin efficiently, it sends that happy signal neurologically, primarily up the vagal nerve straight to your brain, and that leads to a happier, more balanced brain state. Happy gut, happy brain.
That's amazing.
Now, while serotonin is busy promoting happiness and, importantly, good gut movement, good motility, we also have its counterpart. We need to talk about substance P. If serotonin is about comfort, substance P is a neuropeptide, and its job is specifically to signal and amplify pain. Think of it like a volume knob for discomfort in your body. More substance P means you feel pain more intensely.
Okay, so let me get this straight. If things are off balance, say we have less serotonin, so less happiness, less good gut movement, and at the same time we have more substance P, meaning more pain signaling. That sounds like just the perfect storm for, well, a whole bunch of problems, right? Not just in the gut itself, but radiating outwards, affecting our whole body, our mood, our emotions. It really gives that whole gut feeling idea some serious scientific weight, doesn't
It
it?
absolutely does.
And it suggests that sorting out your gut health could be a massive lever for just feeling better overall. Okay, let's connect this to the bigger picture then. Our modern diet, the Western diet. It's changed so radically, especially in the last, say, 100 years. How is this constant intake of, processed stuff impacting this first brain you're talking about? What's actually happening to that intestinal wall?
It's a really destructive cycle. That kind of diet directly damages the intestinal lining, the mucosa. The cells that make up that lining are called enterocytes. Think of them like tightly packed bricks forming a protective wall. A poor diet causes these bricks to lose their tight connections, their adhesion. They start to separate.
Okay.
Now, this separation is a huge problem because historically, our immune system naturally hangs out around the digestive tract, especially after we eat. It's a normal physiological thing. Comes from times when, we might eat something spoiled, encounter pathogens. The immune system's job is to check things out, eliminate threats, protect us. There's a whole ecosystem down there, viruses, bacteria, fungi.
Like a defense mechanism.
Exactly. But here's the twist. That normally helpful immune response. It goes haywire when our diet is constantly full of toxins and refined products. This leads to a condition called hyperpermeability. You might have heard the term leaky gut.
Yeah, I've heard that. Leaky gut.
Right. So when your gut becomes hyperpermeable,
Yeah.
leaky, those bricks, those enterocytes, aren't tightly sealed anymore. This means a couple of bad things happen. One, the intestine can absorb too much water, leading to imbalances, but critically, it fails to absorb essential nutrients properly. And this dysfunction can lead to a kind of paralysis of the intestine. Things just back up, causing severe constipation. Think of like a crowded water slide. One person gets stuck near the bottom. What happens?
Everyone piled up behind them. A total jam.
Exactly. A massive blockage. It's similar in the gut. Toxins back up, they cause damage right there, but they also start pushing through those now leaky gaps between the cells.
So when those enterocytes separate, it's not just a small leak. It's like opening the floodgates.
Yeah.
The toxins don't just stay put. They conquer the digestive tract, then they get into your metabolism, they hit the liver, they can cause that widespread inflammation, joint pain you mentioned, arthritic pain, wear and tear, neuralgias.
Yes, all of that.
And then ultimately, these things are so damaging, they can even cross the blood-brain barrier, affecting the brain itself, leading to cognitive issues, mood problems.
That's right. They can cross that barrier. It really shows how interconnected everything is. Your gut health is truly central to your entire well-being.
This all raises a really, really important question then. After hearing all of that, which is frankly a bit scary, what can you, our listener, actually do about it? You mentioned keys to potentially eliminating constipation forever.
Right. Okay. The first step, and honestly maybe the most crucial one, stop normalizing constipation. If you're regularly going 3, 4, 5 or more days without a bowel movement, that is not normal. Don't accept it. It's a clear sign your body is struggling with something.
Okay, so acceptance is not the answer.
Definitely not. And many people's first instinct is to reach for laxatives, right? For that quick fix. But that's generally not a good long-term strategy. Laxatives often work by irritating the gut lining. This irritation can actually prevent proper nutrient absorption, and worse, it can strip away the protective mucus layer inside your digestive tract. Sometimes you might even see mucus in your stool after using laxatives. That's literally your body's protective lining being washed away, leaving you more vulnerable.
Wow, okay, so laxatives are out for long-term solutions. What can people do?
Okay, first, think strategically about when you eat. The importance of not eating constantly is huge. When your digestive system is empty, your body activates something called the migrating motor complex, the MMC. Think of it like an internal housekeeping wave, an electrical sweep that cleans everything out deep down. It's vital for proper evacuation. So spacing out your meals is key. Maybe aim for just 2 substantial meals a day, giving that MMC time to work.
Interesting, so less grazing, more distinct meals.
Exactly. Second, fiber. Increase your fiber intake. Fiber isn't just, roughage. It adds necessary bulk to help things move smoothly. Plus, it feeds your beneficial gut bacteria. There's tons of info out there on high-fiber foods, easy to look up specific things to add to your diet.
Right, fiber, got it.
Third, hydration. Simple but critical. Drink more water. It helps hydrate the stool, makes it softer, easier to pass without straining. And finally, think about natural lubricants. Incorporate healthy oils that can act almost like an internal Vaseline, helping things slide through more easily. Things like aloe vera juice, MCT oil that's derived from coconut oil, avocado, good quality extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil itself. These can really make a difference in preventing that straining, which is painful and can damage internal structures over time.
Okay, diet adjustments, spacing meals, more fiber, water, healthy oils. What about supplements? You mentioned serotonin?
Yes, for targeted support and always under professional supervision, I have to stress that you could consider certain things. For gut health specifically, there's 5-HTP, that's 5-hydroxytryptophan. It's a direct precursor to serotonin, specifically helping synthesis in the gut. The idea is to make those enteric nervous system cells, those gut neurons, happier and functioning better, restoring proper motility. And remember, a happier gut talks to the brain.
Right, that gut-brain connection again.
Exactly. Now, it's important to remember this is a two-way street. What if the primary issue is coming from the other direction? Say, psycho-emotional challenges like depression, severe anxiety, panic attacks, even fibromyalgia are messing with the gut. In those cases, we need to work from the top down, so to speak.
Okay, top down. What does that involve?
That involves bringing in mental wellness practices, things like yoga, meditation, specific breathing exercises, mindfulness techniques. These are fantastic for helping to calm down mental hyperactivity, which in turn helps calm the nervous system signals going to the gut. And again, always supervise. Certain supplements might help support cognitive function and sleep, which indirectly helps the gut too. Things like GABA or melatonin could be considered. There are definitely tools available to improve things from both ends once we understand that deep connection.
Wow. What a truly eye-opening deep dive today. We've really uncovered this often overlooked but clearly fundamental link between our digestion, our overall physical health, and even our mental state. It's so clear that looking after our first brain, our gut, isn't just about avoiding a bit of discomfort. It's really about safeguarding our entire self, joints, mind, everything.
It really is, yeah. And I genuinely hope this conversation empowers you listening right now to maybe reevaluate your own experiences, to challenge what you might have just accepted as normal for your digestion. Your body is constantly communicating with you. It's really time we started prioritizing listening to this incredibly vital internal system.
Absolutely. So as you go about your day after hearing this, maybe just pause and think, what's one small intentional change you could make starting today to better nourish your first brain? And just consider how that one small change might begin to ripple outwards, potentially improving your entire physical and psycho-emotional well-being. Something to think about.